Some women were never meant to blend in. They're not here to follow trends or meet expectations. In a world that constantly tells women to smile more, talk more, share more, she chooses quiet strength. She's not here to prove anything. She simply wants peace, honesty, and to stay true to who she really is. Welcome to time-tested advice, where ancient philosophy meets the modern world. I'm your host, Alfred. Let's get started. Her way of life is quiet, smart, and deeply personal. She doesn't brag about her goals, but that doesn't mean she's not working hard behind the scenes. Her days are built around calm thoughts, clear goals, and personal strength. She doesn't need to be the center of attention. She just wants control over her time, space, and energy. This isn't another loud, overhyped girl boss moment. This is a deep dive into the kind of woman who grows in silence. We'll look at how she deals with love, work, alone time, growth, and how her strength is quiet, but real. If you're tired of trying to be what others expect, this is for you. Keep watching with an open heart and maybe a notebook, because something here might feel familiar. If you see yourself in these words, know this. You are not too quiet, not too different. You are just right, walking your own path. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below if you want to add anything, or just simply say hello to me. She doesn't follow anyone else's manual. She's writing her own as she lives. Every part of her day, from what she eats to how she spends her evenings, is something she's testing. She isn't copying someone else's success formula. She's creating one that fits her. She might wake up early one week, then stay up late the next. Not because she's confused, but because she wants to know what truly works for her body and her mind. She'll quit sugar, delete her social media, or move to a new city, not to make a scene, but to see what gives her peace. If something drains her, she lets it go. If it lifts her up, she keeps it. She doesn't fear failure. If something doesn't work, she doesn't break down. She learns, she tweaks, and she moves forward with more clarity. No guilt, no drama, just growth. If you've ever felt lost trying to live someone else's life plan, stop. You're not a copy, you're an original. And originals change. She's not after perfection, she wants to feel aligned. And if something no longer fits, she lets it go, no matter how well it used to work. She's not chasing fancy things. She doesn't dream of yachts or five-star meals. Not because she looks down on them, but because they don't mean much without freedom. She would rather live in a quiet place where she owns her time than in a luxury apartment she can't enjoy because of a stressful job. She doesn't care if her car or clothes impress others. What matters to her is the power to walk away from fake friends, bad jobs, and anything that drains her spirit. That kind of freedom can't be bought. She knows being trapped in a shiny life is still being trapped. She refuses to live on someone else's leash, no matter how pretty it looks. That doesn't mean she's lazy. She's driven, but in her own way. She's not building a life for Instagram likes. She's building one where she can breathe and be herself. She might say no to a big paycheck if it costs her peace. She might end a perfect-looking relationship if it means losing her freedom. Once she tastes real freedom, there's no going back. She'll do what it takes, work more, live smaller, start fresh, but always on her terms. If you thought luxury was the goal, ask yourself, maybe what you really wanted was freedom all along. Her clothes speak for her. For her, fashion isn't about showing off or keeping up. It's about feeling right. Every outfit she wears is chosen with care. Simple or bold, dark or colorful, it matches what she feels inside. She doesn't care if something is in right now. If it doesn't feel right to her, she leaves it. Her style is quiet but strong. Some days she dresses to blend in, black top, clean jeans, no extras. Other days she wears something bold, but not to get attention. It's to reflect her current mood or mission. She dresses for herself, not for likes or comments. Her clothes help protect her space and energy. They set boundaries without words. Her style says, "I'm busy," or "come correct," without her having to explain. She doesn't collect labels, she creates her own look. If that means rotating the same few outfits for months, that's fine with her. She cares more about how her clothes make her feel than what others think. Her wardrobe is more than fashion. It's part of her self-awareness. It shows she knows who she is and where she's going. If dressing up ever felt like acting, maybe it's time to do what she does. Dress in your truth, not someone else's version of it. Her love life is private for a reason. She keeps her relationships out of the spotlight. Whether she's single, dating, married, or focused on herself, you won't hear about it unless she chooses to share. Why? Because to her, love isn't something to perform. It's sacred. Real connection doesn't need a photo dump or cryptic quote. She's not looking for likes or attention. She's looking for depth. You won't see her post her partner online or rant about breakups. She loves in silence and lets her actions speak. When she's with someone, she's fully present, but quietly. When she lets go, she does it with respect, not drama. Some people call it secretive, but it's not fear, it's protection. She knows some things are too special to be shared with the world, and this confuses others. In a world that overshares, her privacy feels strange. But to her, it's simple. Love is between her and the person she chooses. If she's loving, healing, exploring, or simply at peace alone, you won't know unless she wants you to. That's not cold, that's powerful. She doesn't fit in a box, and she likes it that way. The Sigma woman is never just one thing. She refuses to be limited by labels or stuck in a role. Her identity is like water, always shifting, always growing. Some days she leads with power and confidence. Other days she watches, thinks, and stays in the background. Sometimes she runs on logic. Other times she follows her gut. This isn't confusion. It's her natural rhythm. People who need clear labels can't understand her. Is she a rebel? A thinker? A leader? A dreamer? The truth is, she's all of it, and more. She takes what fits and throws out the rest. She doesn't need to be part of a group to know who she is. Her strength comes from knowing herself. She can adjust to new spaces, but never loses her core. She'll change direction if it means growth. She can outgrow people, ideas, and even old versions of herself. And she's okay with that. People want her to stay the same. But what they really want is for her to be predictable. And that's not her. She doesn't like standing still. She grows, adapts, and expands. She is soft and strong, quiet and fierce, logical and spiritual. These aren't opposites. They're part of her whole self. Try to label her, and you'll miss her. But if you can understand her flow, you'll see something rare. A woman who knows she's not meant to be small. She was born to grow, freely, fully, and without limits. Being forced into things she doesn't truly choose is what drains a Sigma woman the most. She's strong enough to handle tough moments, big decisions, and even messy situations, as long as they're connected to something meaningful. But when people expect her to follow old traditions, say yes out of guilt, or pretend just to keep others happy, That's where she begins to feel trapped. It's not real responsibility. It's pressure dressed as duty. Whether it's being pushed into family roles she never picked, being told how a woman should act, or dealing with unfair work politics that reward those who follow rather than those who lead. These are the things that wear her down. She's not weak. She simply craves freedom. You can see it in her body, the stress of faking smiles, nodding to keep peace, or saying yes when her heart says no. She might go along with it for a bit out of care or hope, but once she realizes it's a trap, she won't stay. If there's no way out, she'll make one, and if she has to let go of titles, jobs, or even family to stay true to herself, she will. People might think she's cold or distant, but she's simply doing what she must to stay sane. Because when you try to control her, she'll either break out or break down, and breaking down is not an option. She didn't come this far to lose herself. She's not trying to impress anyone. She's here to live on her own terms. What makes her powerful is that she doesn't hold on to the things most people are scared to lose. She doesn't chase popularity, approval, or the comfort of fitting in. That's what makes her hard to shake. She doesn't fear being alone. In fact, she finds peace in it. While many are afraid of silence and solitude, she sees it as a space to recharge and think clearly. She knows her worth and feels complete even when no one's watching. She also isn't scared of not having money. To her, money is just a tool, not a measure of her value. If she loses it, she'll get back up again, using her creativity and grit. Her confidence doesn't come from how much she has. It comes from knowing she can build again, smarter and stronger. And she's not afraid of being disliked. She'd rather be true to herself and be misunderstood than fake who she is just to be liked. She's not here to please people. You either respect her or you don't, and either way she's fine. If someone tries to control her with guilt or pressure, they quickly learn that it won't work. She doesn't break easily. Why? Because she's not living for anyone else's approval. She lives for herself. And you can't manipulate someone who doesn't fear losing what you're trying to use against them. She's already whole, and that's her real power. Her personal growth isn't something she does to win praise. She's not doing it for attention or to meet others' standards. She grows for herself. Every challenge she takes on, every book she reads, every habit she works on, it's all for her own progress, not for show. She's not posting every milestone or chasing public applause. Her motivation runs deeper. She wants to see what she's truly capable of. Her victories are quiet. Her wins don't need to be loud, they just need to be real. She doesn't measure her life by what people see on the outside. She focuses on how she feels inside. If she's growing, learning, and staying true to herself, that's enough. That's why her progress is powerful. It comes from within, not from a checklist of society's expectations. And when your motivation comes from within, nothing can stop you. She's not becoming better for others. She's becoming better for herself. That's where her strength lives. She doesn't just ignore the rules, she lives like they never existed. There's a big difference between breaking rules and simply not living by them. The Sigma woman isn't trying to be rebellious or dramatic, but if a rule doesn't make sense or feels like a cage, she doesn't argue. She just steps around it. She doesn't follow outdated paths or wait for permission. While others are hesitating or asking, can I? She's already doing it, quietly, confidently. This isn't about being difficult, it's about seeing the truth. She knows the world wasn't designed for women who think differently, speak up, or need space. So, She builds her life outside those limits, not out of anger, but because she knows there's more out there. In schools, relationships and careers, she sees the hidden rules. Be nice. Don't be too loud. Fit in. She just doesn't follow them. She builds her own life, makes her own money, and keeps her peace sacred. People might call her tough or distant, but they don't get it. She's not stuck in the system. She's building something better. That's the Sigma way. Calm, clear, and free. She doesn't ask, "What should I do?" She asks, "What feels right for me?" And then she follows that path without looking back. She doesn't pick partners based on comfort. She picks them based on how much they challenge her mind. Small talk bores her. She wants real, deep conversations, the kind that stretch your thinking and make you see the world differently. She's not looking for drama. She's looking for a mental match. Someone who can hold their own in a thoughtful discussion, who sees the world with curious eyes, and who isn't afraid to question her when needed. You don't have to agree with her, but you have to keep up. Surface-level talk doesn't hold her interest. She wants to be challenged, inspired, and mentally alive in her relationships. That's why some people misunderstand her. She's not being rude. She's figuring out if you're someone she can connect with on that deeper level. So if you want to get close, bring more than compliments. Bring depth, ideas, and honesty. Otherwise, you'll always be just someone she knows, not someone she lets in. To her, real success isn't about showing off or chasing titles. It's about doing things her way. She doesn't care how shiny the offer is. If it means giving up her freedom, she'll say no. She's not afraid of pressure. She can take on big challenges and carry heavy loads. But the moment she feels boxed in or micromanaged, she's done. No arguments, no drama. She'll quietly walk away. She won't follow a path just because it's popular. She'd rather build something slower and more meaningful than rush into something that doesn't feel true. For her, the process matters as much as the result. Even in love, she won't settle for a partner who doesn't respect her space. And in business, she won't accept deals that force her to be someone she's not. She'd rather grow slowly and keep her soul intact than gain fast and lose herself. People might wonder why she keeps things low-key. The truth is, she could go big. She just chooses not to, because she won't trade her values for attention. Her version of success means having full control over her time, her energy, and her choices. If freedom isn't part of the deal, she walks away. She protects her energy like it's gold. The Sigma woman knows that not every invite deserves a yes, and not every conversation needs her voice. Her energy isn't endless, it's sacred. That's why she protects it the same way a lioness guards her cubs, fiercely, quietly, and without guilt. You won't find her wasting time in draining friendships, toxic family circles, or fake social gatherings just to keep up appearances. She doesn't owe anyone constant availability. If texting back late or skipping a party is what keeps her grounded, she'll do it with no apology. People might call her distant or unavailable, but that's only because they're used to women who drain themselves dry to make others comfortable. To her, rest is productive, stillness is medicine, and quiet time, that's where she recharges her superpowers. She doesn't hustle until she burns out. She moves with rhythm, with wisdom, with care, because when she's full, she can give freely. But when she's running on empty, she steps back and fills her own cup first. That's not selfish. It's necessary. That's how she stays strong. She builds her inner circle, not a crowd. The Sigma woman isn't looking to be popular. She's building something more powerful, a circle of truth. You'll never catch her surrounded by dozens of people just for show. Her tribe is tiny, intentional, and deeply loyal. These aren't just friends, they're soul allies. She doesn't bond over gossip, convenience, or shared complaints. She connects through values, growth, and depth. She listens closely to who celebrates her in private, who corrects her with love, and who doesn't disappear when life gets messy. That's who stays. And if someone breaks her trust, she won't cause a scene. No fireworks, no public fallouts, just quiet distance. One day they're in her world, the next they're gone. Not out of pettiness, but because she knows the wrong people can block your peace, slow your progress, and dim your power. Her circle is small because her standards are high. If you're in it, it means she sees something rare in you, something honest, something solid. She doesn't need quantity, she values quality, and that's what makes her circle unshakable. The Sigma woman isn't out to be a star, a leader, or a trend. She just wants to live a life that feels right. Her days aren't shaped by what's popular or what others expect. They're shaped by peace, honesty, and independence. She doesn't follow the crowd, not because she wants to stand out, but because she knows pretending has a price. She's learned that fake smiles hurt more than silence, being alone is better than being in the wrong company, and peace is worth more than fake praise. Her growth is real. Her values are solid. Her boundaries don't bend. You might not always get her, and that's okay. She's not living to be understood. She's already living fully, with quiet power and no need for applause. If you are a Sigma woman or becoming one, remember this. You're not too much, too distant, or too different. You're just tuned into your truth. Keep shaping your path with purpose. Keep walking away from what feels fake. You don't need to make sense to everyone, just to yourself. The world isn't always gentle with women who pick freedom over approval. But freedom? It's always worth it. Thanks for watching till the end. This has been your host, Alfred. I'll see you in the next one, same time tomorrow. Until next time.